Oh, let's see how I want to tackle this. Kind of at the end of it. So we're doing Zeta. We're going back to the beginning for a minute. Doing up this one CPI report, how food inflation and farming is, some of this other stuff about the billionaires you'll need. I didn't really watch this one. I don't know why this one came up on my screen. Didn't even click on it. Some of these other ones about what they're trying to get around to by other cycles. Maxwellism takes 3 cycles. 33 years is a long time on 3 hot summers like it is right now. Seeing we're in the high, I'd imagine it'd be a hotter temperature, so less snow, and the solar minimums, you're going to get more snow, but it has mu and tau effects. Anyways, wanting to get back to the grocery store notations of it. Let's take a look at Walmart for a minute here. Okay. Ooh, look at them chicken legs. Okay, so we got up here. Now, I was looking around. I love this. This is a good little sat cube you want to be in terms of your business or farm. If I'm distributing, then I don't have to worry about processing or do anything with it. But I figured, you'd hit grocery here and I would pop up something similar to what this would be, but interestingly enough, in the YouTube clone page series here, which you're going to get a lot of the basics for, except for now we're adjusting a little different or smoothing or rendering things a little different before we get to the fresh foods. Fresh foods here. What does it look like? How does that correlate the sheets list on what you may be looking for? Where are we? And I know what you're thinking, right? Because we are banging around like the bunny right now. All right, so somewhere's up and around here. There's a grocery store in this. Where are you? Trying to find you. Get around to it, and yay, there you go. There it is. And there's a grocery store worker doing apples, bananas, everything else that's going to come up on a sheets list. Over here, what every building is, and how that audits into a CPI, bag of holding, DND, if you want a little different. And essentially, as you come into here, you're not necessarily rolling for stamina, and the boss isn't elder deity. This isn't OWA or AO or OI or A. Well, I forget which one it is. Actually, it is a little bit, but you got to play it from that perspective. This is going to have its own multi-worlding metrics of things about contracts and everything else, just like this grocery store CPI will. And you're going to put the same roll speed, inventory, know where everything is in its shelves, and that's its limit. Comes in the door, certain things are box goods with dates that's going to come up in a computer that's going to print out inside of the system. And in this area, I have to figure out where I can grow those apples. Bananas are going to be tough, especially the price of bananas and the shipping, depending on how it all comes in and what goes on. It's an old trading station, out there, and not necessarily our town way. It's kind of out there, little hamlets and the theater. Got them in there. It's a hard site to get when it's just kind of looking at this up here or one of these other ones, because this is kind of a lot of it. If this problem is this problem's system and we're trying to get locally familiar with the place, then that's where the limits of what other material might need in here to be able to correlate to what that does. Now, they're going to also go to Walmart. They're also going to go to what's regional. Let's see if I can find something else here. Got a couple of other cities down here, Pennsylvania down here. Both have a Walmart and a Home Depot or something like that. So that's pretty close to the area given the scale of things. On, what that density is going to do, when you really don't got anything over 2 stories or 3 stories. What'll be the second founding for the grocery store here. Also kind of like the inventory over here. Lunch lines down somewhere, just if I remember correctly. Anyway, a very nice school. Graduated from it. lots of moving parts. This is a place I've worked. Did some of the other places, the other parts store I got inside of here. I did some inventory for them. Shoveled out those ditches, did the coin laundry, worked it so I could tell you most of the line. Having an interest in time with this, but I can understand the charging station at least, about what it is, what's our doctrine when we go auditing this, what are we looking for as a census, and how do we form that out to the list that we really need it to be to get it confined down to some reasonable notations, CADing it out or using some compass and a square to plan it out. Because that would be our groceries. We have to get those from whatever contracts are coming in. I obviously I'm not going to need to much argue with what that is if they're over the under for eggs, bread, and something else, and then that just comes to the exchange on what paper dollars you have, or ones and zeros that are properly orientated, so they work. Not have a Hamming parity code error between this and this one's credit without the mitigating feature there. So those are some of those notes, and just walking around this CFPB level of testing standards, I think is where I caught that one last time. It is a section, not very wide with one anymore, about what it is. There's, kind of important. Same details, got a grocery section in it. Pull out the CAD, bring in the shelves, start asking yourself what goes in the list, and can I grow any of those? Are any of my corn demon, fox lettuce standards going to be sensible to the areas of maybe that I not necessarily want to take over, but want to grow correctly? Right? It's already locked in for the most part before you really get too crazy about what would be out here and where you want to be camped and stationed in something like that. Get back over here. Maybe rules. Maybe that matters to you. With me, I had born acclimation to this pond, so when you dig in, get in there. Real forestry and stuff until you start to get to what would seem to be more of a regional area. Oh yeah, I know what this is, but there's mountaineering.